It's that time again, the rundown time. This time it's going to be AEW Dynasty, which is this coming Sunday. So let's not waste any time. You know how all this works now. I go through each of the matches on the card, and then afterwards I go through my predictions of who I would think will win in said matches. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. So the first match in the listings here is for the AEW Tag Team Championships, FTR versus Cope and Cage, so Edge and Christian. Considering that the show itself is coming from Canada, you could expect a title change here, but I mean, at the same time, this has been an ongoing feud, and this is the first time they've met. So it wouldn't surprise me if they drew this out and had another match at the next pay-per-view, which I do believe is Double or Nothing. So I could see him dragging this feud out a little bit longer. But no matter what, it's going to be a great match. Next, we've got Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay for the Continental Championship. Now, I've got a lot to say on this match, considering I was there at Forbidden Door last year, where the show ended with Mox pulmonizing Ospreay's neck after the main event. It was a great moment in that, and to be fair, I don't think this has done Mox any favours. I get that Ospreay definitely should have come back for revenge on Mox. Yes, 100%. But with the fact that Mox went through such a great character arc from losing the world title at All In, Texas, and then the Continental Classic story that he went through, he was really becoming like a tweener face. And now that Ospreay's back and he's obviously coming back for revenge, they've had to pivot and make Mox more or less the heel again, and that just doesn't work. This would work if Mox was still world champion, and the plan was to have him versus Ospreay at All In London this year. Obviously, that didn't happen. That's not the case. So it feels a bit weird, and it's interesting because I honestly believe that Ospreay is going to be winning the Owen Hart Foundation tournament to go on to All In to face the world champion, which I'll get to the reasoning why in my predictions, but I think that so it's going to be an interesting outcome no matter what, I believe. Next up, we've got Andrade versus Darby in a straight singles match, but if Darby wins, he will get a future world title shot. This will be, like I said, this will be a great match. Both guys in it are great, and I think the fact that they're really trying to elevate more guys into the main event and have a bigger main event scene in AEW, really good. And yeah, Andrade has not disappointed so far yet in his second run with the company. He's doing really well, so I expect this match to be a real good show stealer, potentially. Then we have the AEW Women's World Championship match of Tekla versus Jamie Hayter. This will be a great match, easily. And yeah, so seeing where they're going, I'm leaning obviously towards one person. Like I said, I'll go into my predictions, but considering what's only a handful of months away, like I said, being All In London, things are going to be, I think, in flux until then, and I think we're going to start seeing Dynasty onward, the building blocks to getting stuff ready for All In. So yeah, but I reckon this will be great match. Next, we've got a Casino Gauntlet match for the AEW TNT Championship, which, as far as Wikipedia is listed, the only person in it is Tommaso Ciampa. So, yeah, not much to say on this match. It'll be a fun match. It'll have the usual lot of the mid-carders coming in, maybe a surprise or two, but it's definitely going to be, I reckon, a fun match. And I expect Kyle Fletcher, the current AEW TNT champion, to walk out with it. So yeah. Then we have a match that I think will definitely have a culmination to a very ongoing story, which may come into my predictions in a bit. But we've got the Young Bucks versus the Don Callis family of Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. This has to be the time that you're going to blow up Takeshita and turn him babyface and turn him, or have the Don Callis family turn on him, and he goes off and be a great babyface. Right? This has been building for ages, and this makes sense with how the end of the year with last year with the Bucks turning face with the Don Callis family. This all makes sense. So this I see as the culmination of months of storytelling. But no matter what, it's going to be a great match. Just look at the four in the ring. So yeah, that's going to be great. Looking forward to this match. Next comes a match that got announced last night on Dynamite of Chris Jericho versus Ricochet. This will be a fine enough match, I reckon. This will be easy enough to predict for me when it comes to it in a minute, but it's just going to be, here's Jericho's first match after almost, I do believe, a year since he last saw him, because his last match was with Bandito at last year's Dynasty. So yeah, it'll be an alright match. And then we finally come to the main event of MJF versus Kenny by God Omega for the AEW World Championship. This will be great. Their previous match that they've only ever had one, and that was on Collision. That was great, and it's great to see Kenny back in the main event picture, in the title picture, where he always belongs. He always should be in there. I know it's difficult with obviously his health issues that he's gone through and that, but that being put to one side, he always deserves to be in the main event. He says it himself, he is the god of pro wrestling. He's awesome, so he should be in this position. And Max is always great. So this will be a very fun match. Predictions time. Now I'm going to go through, give my predictions on every match, and see how it goes. Starting with the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. With it being in Canada, there is a strong belief you could argue Edge and Christian should win it. But I think FTR is going to win it. Like I said, I think this is going to be the start of a few matches for them. And I think the best way for them is to have FTR win here, and then you do a rematch where they overcome, and then you can do a rubber match. But yeah, my prediction here is FTR to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Next, Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay for the Continental Championship. This is difficult because do you have Ospreay win this? Because like I said, I think he's going to be challenging for the world title at All In this year in London, where I think he's going to be crowned world champion. It's about time that they do it. So do you have him win the championship here, which means he has to lose it before All in August, or do you have Mox win here and have Ospreay lose? So my prediction is Mox is going to still walk out the champion, still holding the Continental Championship. That being potentially a rare DQ finish on pay-per-view for AEW, or outside interference with the Death Riders costing Will the match, so he doesn't get beaten clean. He was outnumbered. I could see that, but my prediction is that Jon Moxley is still going to be your AEW Continental Champion at the end of the night. Then we get Andrade Darby. This, to me, is easy, especially with the stipulation. If Darby wins, he gets a future world title shot. Darby's winning this. Nothing against Andrade. But with a stipulation like that, I reckon Darby wins, and then he's facing the champion at Double or Nothing, potentially. Could see it there. So yeah, not much to say on this match, but yeah, Darby to win for me. Tekla versus Jamie Hayter for the Women's World Championship. Again, a bit like the Ospreay thing situation. I don't think Jamie Hayter is going to win it here. I think the team of her and Alex Windsor are destined. They're shoo-ins to win probably the tag titles at Wembley, being both British. So I mean, they could do a swerve and have Tekla drop the belt, but with her reign being still quite early doors, I think her winning here would solidify her beating multiple past women's champions. So yeah, I think Tekla to win for me. Then we come to the Casino Gauntlet match. Like I said, the only person announced for this is Tommaso Ciampa, but if it's for the TNT Championship and Kyle Fletcher is the current TNT champion, I reckon he'll win. I reckon he's just going to retain. And that. But it'll be a fun match no matter what. Then we come to the Young Bucks versus the Don Callis family. I'm going to go, and this is not just a prediction of who I think will win. I think this is more of a prediction of what the end of the match will be. I reckon it'll be Okada has the match won, and then accidentally hits Takeshita when he goes to hit the Bucks. That then leads to Takeshita going out of the ring, getting knocked out. The Bucks win. So my prediction is the Bucks will win this match. And I think afterwards, yet again, like they've teased several times, Takeshita and Okada get into each other's faces, and there's a heated thing. And Don Callis is the guy that tries to cool it all down, splits them apart. Takeshita turns his back, starts walking away, and that's when he gets pulled in to a Rainmaker by Okada, and Don Callis yells at him, turns on him as well. I think this is going to be when he gets kicked out of the family, because it's about time that they turn him face and really push him as a over babyface, because he already is. Even though he's technically a heel, he's over as a babyface. So it's time to capitalize, and this is the time to do it. But yeah, the Young Bucks to win here for me. Chris Jericho versus Ricochet, easy. Chris Jericho. It's his first match back in a year. The match will be fine, and nothing against Ricochet, but he's just a body here. He's not. This could be literally anyone, but we need to have Chris Jericho have a win in his first match back. So there you go. Which brings us to the main event of MJF versus Kenny Omega for the World Championship. This, like I said, this is going to be a great match. It'll be amazing if Kenny won the world title again, because it's been several years since he won it, and we haven't had a babyface Kenny Omega world championship run yet. So that would be great to see. But I'm going MJF because, as I keep alluding to, what I believe the main event of All In London will be this year, it will be Will Ospreay, the winner of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, challenging MJF for the World Heavyweight Championship in a rematch from their match they had the last time All In was in London. In the main event, and Ospreay beats MJF yet again and is crowned the world champion. And like I said, I see Dynasty now as the beginning, the foundation to getting to All In. So yeah, MJF to win. So that's my predictions for Dynasty this year and the rundown. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon, and bye.